We recognize when each of us comes into a training, we all come in with different strengths and weaknesses. Part of what we've designed in the new director training is a piece or a tool that we call the learning plan. The learning plan is designed to help you focus on an area that they want to grow in this year. You'll find this posted on your Google Classroom by your track director. And through the worksheet, it's going to ask you a series of questions. It's going to ask you to reflect on your assessment, your Ridley assessment, the references that gave you feedback coming into the program, as well as a self-assessment that you're about to take. And through all of these pieces, you're going to begin to discern an area that the Lord is highlighting that He wants you to grow in. And then once you identify 3 to 5 areas that you want to grow in this next year, you and your coach will work together to identify that first area that you want to focus on for the fall semester. Then you'll take out your worksheet and begin to work it through. So let me give you some of the steps in that. So first of all, there are those 3 to 5 areas that you could grow in, an area that you want to specifically grow in. From that, you're going to try to look for resources that could help you grow. You're going to want to look for not only cognitive resources, books, seminars, podcasts, but you also want to look for things that are experiential, things that you can do, things that you can go observe to expand your understanding. For example, I could study all day about baseball. I could read a book about baseball. I could listen to baseball podcasts. But until I get out there and practice catching a ball, focus on keeping my eye on the ball and squeezing when the ball hits my glove, it changes everything. And that's what we want to do through your learning plan. We want things to change. We want you to grow in your understanding, but also your experience. Then at the end, we want to evaluate, how have you grown? How are you going to demonstrate that you've grown in this specific area? So let me give you an example from my own life. I came to the point where I realized I needed to grow in how I utilize the giftedness of others. We've all been to a junior high basketball game where we all can see a player who's in the wrong position trying to dribble the ball down the court, and of course they can't. And from the stand, you're yelling, "Coach, switch them." Well, in the same way, we've been to services where maybe the right heart was giving the announcement, but not the right skill. So how to utilize the giftedness of others was an area I needed to grow in. So I got a book called Discover Your God-Given Gifts by Don and Katie Fortune. I read another book called Coaching for Performance by Sir John Whitmore. I love that name. You know, these two books began to show me how I just didn't understand these elements and began to employ them. Beyond just reading the books, I found some great spiritual gifts, online assessments. I got some personality assessments and began to develop my staff team and my students by utilizing their gifts in a much better way. Not only that, I asked somebody to coach me. Hey, here's my DISC assessment. How could I function better? Coach me up, help me to use my gifts better. How do I focus on my strengths and manage my weaknesses? Anyhow, in time, that weakness then became a strength of mine. In the same way, we want to help you grow in that area. Go to your classroom where you'll get your assignment, and by July 15th, you're going to do the worksheet, identify the areas, look for books, podcasts, look for experiences, people you can interview, ministries you can go visit that do and then manifest that skill very well or have that strength in their ministry. And then over the semester, you're going to focus on that outside of the normal homework of new director training. Now, I wanted to just give you a word of caution. We don't want you to kill yourself with this. It should take you somewhere between 25 and 35 hours over the course of a semester to do your learning plan. Now, some of you are fast to read, so you can read a couple books. Others, you don't read so fast, so don't make it too heavy on the reading. But we want it to be a combination of both cognitive and experiential learning. And then at the end, we want you to let us know how you've grown in this area. You're going to write a report on what you read, what you did, and how you've grown in that area. So we believe all directors need to be lifelong learners. A learning plan is a great way for you the rest of your life as a discipline to say each year, Lord, how can I grow? Here's a plan. These are things I'm going to learn. These are the things I'm going to do so that I can develop this skill. One of the mottos of New Director Training is everybody wins when a leader gets better. We use the learning plan as a way to help you get better.